It is 45 degrees outside. We are having gusts of 40-mile-an-hour winds. They had some crazy winds down in Anchorage, and it's raining. There is no snow down there. No snow. They're talking about moving the Iditarod up here. That has happened 3 times already in the last 10 years that they've had to move the Iditarod up here because of weather conditions. Even if they get a ton of snow, there's a couple of rivers that they have to cross that need to be frozen over. And at this point, they won't be frozen over. It's crazy. Mother Nature is nuts. Hello, Bear Watchers. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. It feels like it's been a long time.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't know, we've been doing weird stuff instead of our regular daily vlogs. But gosh, we wanted to talk about the weather. Mother Nature's weird.
Yeah.
I know everybody's having strange weather down lower 48, and California's all on fire, and
Yeah.
Heather and I were going to go back down to San Diego for her birthday. We decided not to do that because the flights were just crazy, and I think I talked about that. But I'm kind of glad we didn't, get the flights we wanted.
I kept telling them just to go to Seattle or something anyway.
Yeah, yeah. And then I found out, because February's, really off season in Seattle, that it's really cheap. So we got, cheap flights and cheap hotels, and so that's what we're going to do. And, Heather's never been there. So that'll be exciting for both of us. Yeah. Because I'll be excited to show her the things that Mary and I have done.
I told her, I was like, well, you have to bring her to the cat cafe. So it sounds like that is definitely on their itinerary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because Heather sent me a cat. It was a real. It was this guy who was joking about. He's like, I'm a man, and when I'm hungry, I just make food at home, and this is how much it costs. He's like, but my sister drives like miles away to go to this fancy little restaurant to get the same exact thing and to pet the meow meows. And Heather sent it to me, and she said, Mom said this is you, and then she said, but then I realized that we're going to Seattle to pet the meow meows. And I was like, why would she think it's me? And I was like, oh, well, when I go to see Tyler, they have cats over at their house, at his parents' house. So when we visit, I get to see the kitties and pet the meow meows. So I was like, that explains that. Well, and then, we do drive, when we go on vacations, we do drive out of the way to go to special cafes. Yeah. So there's that too. Who doesn't like that? I mean, I guess if you're allergic to cats, but most, we like petting the cats. And we like, special cafes, Got to check out the different atmospheres. But yeah, we weren't expecting it to be 40 degrees again today. It's nice. And it's 40 degrees again today. But it's slidey. Yeah. And everything is melting, so it was puddling up. So it froze last night. I'm looking at the sidewalk. We're in Costco parking lot. But it's really going to be a mess because it's supposed to go back down below zero in a couple days here.
And, well, actually tomorrow night it's supposed to be below zero again, but it's going to be in the teens below zero. So all of this stuff is going to freeze, and it's going to be a big mess.
As long as I can get to the airport this week.
She's leaving me again.
Only for this weekend, because it was a lot easier for me to get flights to Anchorage. And then we'll be seeing more of my boyfriend in February.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, he'll be coming up here a couple times. So, yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, it's so odd to look. All the trees, all the snow has gone off the trees. Which, you know, if we get wind, a lot of times that'll happen. The snow will be off of the trees. But there's just something about the warmth. It did something to the snow. It's not as bright as it was.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it looks really weird.
It does look dirtier. It looks like it does when it starts melting.
Yeah, it looks more like April.
In late March, early April.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the evening.
That's what I was trying to figure out, because if, like, what kind of spring we're gonna have, because sometimes we will have a warmer March, and then all of the snow will be melted and everything. It'll just be like dead grass and trees, like for my birthday, very beginning of April. So I'm thinking that might be this kind of year.
Maybe. There's no telling with Mother Nature. We just don't know.
I just keep telling people in February, prepare for more snow and potentially very cold weather before it warms up, because that's usually what happens. But I don't know.
I mean, Fairbanks used to be predictable. You know, it did this at this time and this at this time, but it's just not anymore.
Yeah.
And then down in Anchorage, the Anchorage Bowl down there, Anchorage and Kenai and all that, the bears are not even hibernating. It's been so warm down there. The Fish and Game had put out alerts that the bears are out and about, to be careful, because a lot of people are, you know, they're used to, you know, doing the trails and whatnot,
and that's scary,
and not having to worry about the bears in the wintertime.
I have definitely heard of like some bear maulings in those areas in particular. So always be bear aware is what they say. Yeah, especially now because it's dark and there's bears. You know, usually the bears are out when it's light and you can see them. Yeah.
So, but yeah, just weirdness. You know, the Iditarod's probably going to have to run up here because even if they did get cold and snow for the next month, which they probably won't, there's a couple of rivers that they have to cross down there, and those rivers won't be safe for them to cross. Usually they're frozen. So yeah, so I'm sure they're talking about that now. This will be, if this happens again, this will be 4 times in the last 10 years that the Iditarod has had to run up here. And that's what I've been talking about is, you know, it's been like the last 10 years that, you know, all the glaciers are melting and everything.
It's weird though, because all of my professors are like, this is actually, if you look at, you know, like all of the people who take the ice cores and you look at all of the data and all of our kind of like historical
over thousands of years.
Yeah, like thousands of years. If you look at our historical, like our weather data, this is actually not uncommon for us right now. Just based on what they know is that the Earth goes through like a heating and a cooling period, and we're in that heating period right now. So potentially, you know, we're definitely becoming more temperate. Whereas in like maybe another 1,000 years or something, there's going to be another ice age.
Ice age, yeah.
So I'm glad to be in the more temperate weather. I will probably not live to see the ice age, obviously. But yeah, so I don't know if that brings any comfort to anybody. But
yeah.
It's definitely just interesting.
It is. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just strange, odd. Okay. we're going to go in Costco. I don't know how much we're going to video in there because she just needs some almond milk.
Oh. I thought you were pointing out the window.
Yeah, she needs some almond milk for her smoothies, her morning smoothies. And we didn't get it last time.
I just didn't think to check the box because the last time we went, like a couple weeks ago at least, I
don't need this running. It's warm up.
Very beginning of last week, I had enough almond milk, and I was like, oh, that should be fine. I don't need it until next time because we generally go to Costco once a week. But
I usually think about it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I just didn't think about it either because, yeah, I should have just put it on a list for like get the next week, which would have been this week. So
yeah. Yeah, and I'll probably grab something for dinner. I was going to cook a turkey because, as you know, the turkey is out in the truck, the last turkey. And it's been over 40 degrees the last few days. So I might still cook it today.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Luckily, vehicles tend to be kind of like refrigerators because it's always colder inside. It like traps the cold.
Yeah. I mean, the snow on the top of it's in the north part of, so it's in the shade.
Yeah.
So it's still covered with ice. The truck is. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'll go check on it because that's going to be a lot of meat, and I could just take it off the turkey and freeze it. But we're going to look for something for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Because I was starting to meal prep last weekend. I made a bunch of meals, and you know, they did last us the whole week, which was really nice. It was nice to have. But I didn't really plan, and then the power was out for 2 hours today. So
it was good I didn't go home yet because I generally because there's not been a lot happening this time of year. It's getting close to the time of year when things are going to start picking up, but I've been going home for lunch and then working the rest of the day from home, just because it's like if there's no paperwork in the office, I don't really need to be there.
But she did have computer work to do today.
So I did have some stuff to do today, and then and then Mom told me the power went out, and I was like, well, it looks like things worked out for the best then, so I could get my stuff done
at the office. Yeah. So, and Heather came downstairs. She was all scared her room was dark. But I had there's a couple of little lights that I keep charged up, so I had a light I can do my makeup, because it was dark in the house. You know, like I said, the house faces north, and usually it's really bright in the house because the trees are covered with snow. So even if the sun's not shining, that snow's pretty bright, you know, coming in the window, but there's no snow on the trees, so it was gloomy. And thank goodness it was 40 above and not 40 below, because that 2 hours that we were out of power, the temperature didn't even change in the house.
Wow.
It didn't even change.
Nice.
Yeah. So when the electricity came back on, the heat didn't even pop on. So neither did the refrigerator or nothing. You know, none of the big appliances that I would expect to normally pop on didn't. So,
weird.
Yeah. So it was like a silent when everything turned back on. It was interesting. I was like, oh, I'm liking the quiet. And then when the electricity popped on, it was still quiet. So it was odd.
Weird.
Yeah, it was very strange. But Heather went into Mary's room and said, oh my gosh, there's a rave going on in here.
The dogs?
No, your lights. I guess they reset.
Oh.
So they're like flashing all these colors.
When you first turn them on, they like do rainbow colors. Yeah.
She said her room was doing that too.
It's weird.
So
I wonder if she found my little remote things then.
Yeah, she said she was going to leave it for you.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Well, the windows are fogging up in here because I turned the car off. So we'll see you in Costco. It's a good thing we didn't bring Heather. They're still $50. Spider Gwen?
Yeah, Spider Gwen.
What?
That's what her name is.
Hi. Oh, look at that. Huh. Interesting. They got all the seasonal stuff on the back wall here. Oh, look. They got golf bags. Golf gloves, golf balls. Oh, they're bringing the summer stuff out already. Crazy. I think we're gonna do meatloaf. Let me see. And pick a big one. I guess that's a big one right here. Yep, we'll grab that one. Ugh. And of course you gotta get a macaroni and cheese with it. Mac and cheese. Yay, they got the paper bowls in. We are out. Out. Here we go. Mary's almond milk. Are you gonna grab one, Mary?
I'm so tired.
She's not thinking. I was wondering if they would have these on sale, so we're gonna get one of those and one of those. And one of those. We almost got run over by this guy. Got Wendy's chili.
I don't think I've ever had Wendy's chili.
It used to be good. It's not good anymore.
Oh.
Look what we found. $8.99. Okay, that's it. We're not doing a haul. That's the haul. Ta-da! It's so pretty. See, it looks so yucky. I mean, the sky looks beautiful, but the road looks yucky. And the color of the sky looks really weird. Because everything is so dirty looking. It looks like breakup. Spring breakup. So strange. Anyways, it's making a mess of my windshield. Just odd. The big equipment's out again today. Looks like they timed it just right. I might be, they might be done by the time I leave here. And there should be another truck that's gonna back up. They've usually got them waiting. Well, you can tell when it gets icy again. The car parts all over the road. That's a bad earthquake.
Oh, it's gonna stop now.
Oh my gosh, you guys. The dogs are barking. The Christmas tree is still shaking.
Look at your boy! Look at the little boy!
Oh.
Oh. Where is he? Where'd he go? He hears people moving.
Oh, no way.